Most people live their entire lives on autopilot. They wake up, they rush, they complain, they chase things they don't control, and they wonder why they feel empty, anxious, and lost. The Stoics warned us about this more than 2,000 years ago. They said, "The mass of men lead lives of quiet desperation." But here's the uncomfortable truth. It's not because life is unfair. It's not because the world is against you. It's because 90% of people refuse to do what actually builds inner strength. Stoicism was never meant for the crowd. It was designed for the few, the 10%. Those who master themselves when others blame the world. Those who grow stronger when others complain. Those who stay calm while others panic. In this video, you will learn 9 Stoic life principles that 90% of people never practice. Not because they are complicated, but because they are uncomfortable. If you live by these rules, your life will never be the same again. Advice number 1. Take full responsibility for your life. Most people blame. They blame their parents, their country, their boss, their past, their bad luck. The Stoics rejected this mindset completely. Epictetus said, "It is not things themselves that disturb us, but our judgments about them." Translation: nothing outside of you controls your inner life unless you allow it. The 90% are addicted to excuses. They say, "If I had more time, if I had more money, if I had better opportunities." The Stoic says something radically different. If it is endurable, then endure it. If it is not, then stop complaining. Your destruction will mean its end as well. This is not pessimism. This is radical responsibility. The moment you accept full responsibility for your thoughts, actions, and reactions, you take back your power. You stop waiting to be saved. You stop expecting fairness. You stop living like a victim. And here's the hard part. Responsibility is heavy. That's why most people drop it. But the 10% carry it anyway. Because responsibility is the price of freedom. Advice number 2. Control what you can. Release what you can't. This is the foundation of Stoicism. Yet almost no one lives by it. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The average person spends their life fighting reality. They worry about what others think, the past they cannot change, the future they cannot predict, events completely outside their control. The Stoic asks one question only: is this within my control? If yes, act with discipline. If no, let go without resentment. Simple, but brutal. Because letting go means killing the illusion of control. The 90% would rather stay anxious than accept reality. The 10% train their mind like a weapon. They conserve energy. They focus only where effort matters. And that's why they move faster, think clearer, and suffer less. Advice number 3. Embrace discomfort voluntarily. Most people avoid discomfort at all costs. Cold showers? No. Hard conversations? No. Loneliness? No. Discipline? No. The Stoics did the opposite. Seneca deliberately slept on the floor, ate simple food, wore rough clothing. Why? To remind himself, is this what I feared? The Stoic understands something modern society has forgotten. Comfort weakens the soul. When life becomes difficult, and it will, those addicted to comfort collapse. The 10% train themselves in advance. They choose discomfort when it is optional, so they are unbreakable when it is not. Cold strengthens the body. Silence strengthens the mind. Discipline strengthens the soul. This is why the Stoics were calm in chaos. They were already familiar with hardship. Advice number 4. Stop seeking validation from others. The 90% live for applause, likes, approval, recognition, status. They outsource their self-worth. Epictetus warned, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Stoicism demands something radical. Detach your value from external praise. Because the moment you depend on approval, you become a slave to trends, a slave to opinions, a slave to other people's expectations. The Stoic asks, is my character intact? Not, do they like me? The 10% don't need to announce their strength. They build it quietly. While others perform, they become. Advice number 5. Practice daily self-examination. Most people never reflect. They scroll, they distract, they numb. Days pass, years pass, life passes. Marcus Aurelius journaled every night, not for the world, not for praise, but to confront himself. He asked, where did I act with virtue? Where did I fall short? What can I do better tomorrow? The 90% avoid self-examination because it exposes weakness. The Stoic welcomes it, because reflection is how you sharpen the blade. Without reflection, you repeat the same mistakes forever, just with different faces and different places. The 10% review their day like a commander reviews a battle. They learn, they adjust, they grow. Advice number 6. Accept that life is temporary, memento mori. Remember, you will die. Most people run from this truth. The Stoic stares directly at it, not with fear, but with clarity. Seneca wrote, you are scared of dying, and yet, what kind of life are you living? Death is not the enemy. Unlived life is. The Stoic uses death as a compass. It strips away petty worries, ego-meaningless conflicts. When you remember your time is limited, you stop tolerating nonsense. The 10% live urgently, but calmly. They don't waste days. They don't postpone courage. They don't delay becoming who they must be. Advice 7. Speak less, observe more. The 90% talk constantly. They argue, they explain, they complain. The Stoics valued silence. Epictetus said, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Silence is power. It allows you to read people accurately, avoid unnecessary conflict, preserve energy, act strategically. The Stoic does not need to win arguments. They need to master themselves. The 10% choose restraint over reaction, and that restraint makes them dangerous in the best way. Up to now, you've heard principles that already separate you from most people. But the final Stoic lessons, these are the ones that truly transform you. They demand courage. They demand consistency. They demand that you abandon the comfort of being average. And this is where most people quit. Advice number 8. Love fate, even when it hurts. Amor fati. This is where Stoicism stops being philosophical and becomes dangerous. Most people tolerate life. The Stoic embraces it. Amor fati. Love your fate, not accept it, not endure it. Love it. Marcus Aurelius wrote, accept everything that happens to you as if it were woven just for you. Think about how radical that is. The 90% say, why me? This shouldn't have happened. My life would be better if. The Stoic says, this happened. Now I will grow stronger because of it. Pain becomes fuel. Failure becomes instruction. Loss becomes wisdom. This doesn't mean pretending pain doesn't hurt. It means refusing to waste suffering. The Stoic understands something profound. Every event is neutral. Meaning is assigned by the mind. The 10% train themselves to say, This is exactly what I needed. Not because it feels good, but because it makes them better. Amor fati is the final death of the victim mindset. When you love your fate, nothing can break you. Advice 9. Live according to virtue, not emotion. This is the core of Stoicism. Not happiness, not pleasure. Virtue. The 90% are ruled by emotion. They act when they feel motivated. They quit when they feel tired. They explode when they feel offended. The Stoic does not ask, "How do I feel?" They ask, "What is the right action?" Courage, justice, temperance, wisdom. These are not feelings, they are standards. Marcus Aurelius said, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." The Stoic is not cold, they are disciplined. They feel emotions, but they are not controlled by them. This is why Stoics can be calm in chaos, focused in pressure, unshakable in crisis. The 10% build character when no one is watching, because character is the only thing no one can take from you. The great separation, why only 10% live this way. At this point, something important becomes clear. These principles are not secret, they are written, they are accessible, they are free. So why does only 10% live by them? Because Stoicism demands daily discomfort, no shortcuts, no applause, no instant reward. The 90% want results without discipline. The Stoic wants mastery, even if it takes a lifetime. Stoicism is not motivation, it is identity. It is waking up and choosing. Discipline over impulse, meaning over pleasure, growth over comfort, character over reputation, every single day. Most people read Stoicism like entertainment. The 10% live it like law. What happens when you become the 10%? You stop panicking, you stop reacting, you stop begging life to be easier. And something strange happens. Life doesn't get easier, you get stronger. Criticism loses its power, fear loses its grip, chaos loses its dominance. You move slower, but with certainty. You speak less, but with weight. You act rarely, but decisively. People feel it, not because you announce it, but because your presence is calm. You become the person others rely on in crisis. Not because you know everything, but because you control yourself. If you want to live this philosophy, not just admire it, here is the Stoic daily framework. Morning, remind yourself, I control my mind. Expect difficulty. Commit to acting with virtue. During the day, pause before reacting. Ask, is this in my control? Choose discipline over impulse. Evening, review your actions. Identify failure without shame. Improve without self-hatred. This is not a routine. This is a way of being. Most people will hear this and go back to their old life tomorrow, scrolling, complaining, avoiding responsibility. Not because they are bad people, but because transformation is uncomfortable. Stoicism asks you to kill the weaker version of yourself, and most people protect their weakness like an identity. But if you are still listening, you are not most people. If this message spoke to you, if you feel that quiet pull toward discipline, clarity, and inner strength, then this is your path. Subscribe to this channel, not for motivation, not for entertainment, but as a reminder of who you are becoming. And remember this, you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your discipline. Be among the 10%. Live with virtue. Master your mind, and let the world do what it will.